What's going on, Geeks? You're listening to episode 433 of the Geeks Under Grace podcast. My name is Cody Armour. I'm here with Jonathan Nichols.
What's up?
And Andrea Riccati.
Hello.
This week, we're geeking out about GTA 6 delays. I guess, I don't know if we're geeking out about it, but we're not surprised.
No.
K-pop Demon Hunter sequel that we'll someday get. And Wonderman.
I don't know, man. I'm wonder.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Are you a Wonder Man?
Perfect.
Are you a wonderful Wonder Man?
Before we dive too deep into the podcast, I want to brag a little bit because we did a pirate shoot yesterday, which I say like that's a normal thing that people do. I'm like, oh, it's a pirate shoot, and everyone's gonna immediately know what that is. But we went to, it's called Moonshiner's Cave. It is a cave here in Arkansas that used to be like an actual like moonshiners hideout. They would bring moonshine down during the Prohibition times and use it as like a place to hide from the police and things. And so it's this cave that they've like built a building wall like into. It's very old. You could feel the history there while we were there before we, put candles up all over and fake gold coins. But we dressed up like pirates because we do a lot of Renaissance gear, and Jonathan actually did a little filming, and his wife did some photography. I'm excited for the photography as well. But it was a ton of fun. We had the video on my Instagram and your Instagram, but it's not the Instagram that you usually share here. So
no, it's my personal, but
yeah. So you can find it at CodyArmour.com or at Cody on Instagram. I don't know if you want to share yours or not, but at the very least at Cody Armour on Instagram, and you can find it there. I guess you're tagged. You're in trouble either way. They're gonna find you.
I don't care. I don't care. It's not a big deal.
But it was so much fun. It was really exciting. I don't know. You guys seem to enjoy yourselves as well.
Oh yeah, we had a
blast. We've never done anything like that. It's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And just like didn't know how, or like the location. You found the location. The location was perfect. And then like the lighting, I didn't get the lighting as well. It was candlelight lighting. I was like, okay, I get like the lighting that you had going on in the cave with the candles. Until I saw the video, and I was like, oh, it looks like there's like literally a fire happening around us. Like it was glowing with firelight, and it was your lights.
Yeah,
and it was really cool.
Some movie magic.
Yeah, it was very neat. So I wanted to brag on that before we get too much farther into it because it was cool. I had so much fun pretending to be tough and piratey.
You're tough, Cody.
You're so tough.
There's something about being in
games that we've been playing.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to say like there's something about being in a costume that just enhances your sense of confidence,
Yes. I feel that like way more confident in pirate gear or Viking gear at the Renaissance Fair, walking around with like just this leather vest and this fur around my shoulders. I definitely walk my shoulders a little higher and get kind of get my walk going. Yeah, I always feel so much cooler in my red garb. We'll get into the games we've been playing. I've been playing E33. I'm probably gonna do that for the rest of my life. So, Andrea, what have you been playing?
Still playing Fallout New Vegas. I have uncovered some pretty big characters that I recognized from the new Fallout Season 2 trailer, so that'll be interesting playing through and seeing how those storylines develop, and then when the new season comes out, how that's affected. So I'm really curious to see what happens and what choices I may have to make. Yeah, that's basically been the main game I've been playing.
Cool. And Jonathan?
I've been playing Assassin's Creed 3, and I forget how much fun it is just to fight redcoats and harass the British in that game.
I we were talking about this the other day about like Pokemon. Is it ZA? Is that the new ones? Legend ZA.
Yes.
I
The
think so,
balconies are
yeah.
like painted on, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's really I remember the Boston Tea Party. I remember that in Assassin's Creed 3, and then I remember looking at the doors and being mad that the little knockers on the doors were painted on and weren't 3D models. And so for Pokemon ZA to have entire balconies that are like painted on, I guess Assassin's Creed 3 was pretty good for its time.
I've got one even better. I just noticed. So I was running, and I jumped and grabbed a window, and it was at like golden hour in game, and the sun was hitting this window, and it was just a black plane. It's because instead of like modeling like it's indoors, you can't see, and it's so they didn't have to model the interior. It's just a black texture,
Oh no.
and so I'm
Nice.
like, and it's the remaster, so it's like all the textures are upscaled anyway,
Hmm.
and the resolution's upscaled, and I'm playing on a big TV. I'm like, ah, man, like it totally ruins the immersion as I'm like climbing through Boston, and it's like, there's no room. It's just a blank window, but
Yeah. It's such a good game though. I know a lot of people didn't like
mm,
it. I really enjoyed it.
yeah,
I like
there's a
American
few
history though.
things. Oh, me too. Me too. I think there's a few things that feel dated, and it's like it just takes so long for you to really get into the meat of playing as Connor, and so like because they subvert your expectations because you start off playing. Spoiler alert for a like 12-year-old game. I actually think it's a
Yeah.
14-year-old game now that I think about it. But anyway, spoiler alert. You play as Hatham Kenway, which is Connor Kenway's dad in the beginning, but they didn't market that. You only knew you were playing as Connor. And so the game starts as Hatham and he's got the assassin's garb, has the insignias everywhere, and then it turns out he's a Templar. And it's like this like,
Ooh.
Yeah.
ooh, you're playing as the bad guy. And
What a
this sets up.
twist.
But then when you play as Connor, you play as him as a kid, all the way up until he's an adult, before you became an actual assassin. And so it takes a very
Mhm.
long time. And it's like a lot of random narration. Like it'll just like glitch, and then he's older, and he does like this 20-minute monologue where you're running around. It's a little weird. Like they could have trimmed it a little bit better. Maybe add cutscenes instead, but
Yeah, I could see that.
it's still a good game. I really enjoy it. I just did the Paul Revere mission where you're on horseback and he's riding on your horse, giving you directions as you're trying to tell people the redcoats are coming. But then he's sassing you, but he won't tell you where to go. And so you're just kind of riding around a bubble, asking for directions, and then he starts sassing you if you don't go in the right direction.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Yeah. I I don't remember, yeah. I remember enjoying the game. I remember the online was terrible. Does the remaster even have the online?
no, no.
No. Okay, I didn't think so. I really enjoyed playing the online of that, but I could never get in. I had it on the Wii U, and
Oh,
it just like would never let me into a match when I was playing it. 'Cause every like 45 minutes, I would sit there literally and just wait in a queue for like 45 minutes, and then it would jump on, and I would like come back to the game. And then I could play usually as long as I wanted to until I got out, and like, but once you got out of the game, you were gonna wait in that queue again forever. Um,
Hmm.
I was really, really miserable with that. But I enjoyed the online. I would be down for more online Assassin's Creed. Aren't they doing
Forgot
something
I
like
had it
that?
on my. Oh, I thought they were.
I think they're
I
doing
would
it
be
online only,
surprised.
but I can't remember why.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if they weren't.
Yeah.
Unity still has a working co-op mode, so it's always fun to
Well,
jump
that's
into.
cool. Yeah, that'd be neat. The online had like different people, and you would go in, like you would play as you could see your character, but everyone else would see you as like a random citizen, if I remember correctly. And so you could like go in and mix with different groups of people, and then they'd have to find you in the crowd. Um, but I think you were like capture the flag or something, so you had to move. Like you didn't want to stay in one spot all the time.
Huh.
But it was basically like a game of hide and seek. It was really
I
cool.
don't remember playing that at all.
It's been a long time. I could be misremembering. I could have dreamt all of this.
No, you're probably. I just never played the online. I don't think I had.
Because you couldn't get
I
in.
had it on. Yeah, probably, and I had it on Xbox, and I couldn't afford Xbox Live.
Gotcha. Well, and I was gonna say I would assume that Xbox probably had a better system than the Wii U.
Sure.
I can't imagine Wii U's online was very good back then or ever.
No.
It just angered
Cool.
some Nintendo fan.
I think they
Nintendo's
could be
online's
honest.
perfect.
No, I'm sure they could be
Yeah.
honest about how it was back in the day. Maybe it's better now. I don't know, but back in the day,
Yeah. We have a Wii U still. We don't use it, but it exists.
yeah, it's not a relic in the past.
Yeah.
I still miss, and I was gonna do it with the Switch, but it's not as seamless with the Switch. Playing a game and literally taking the controller and just flipping a switch, and then I could walk around the room, and like still play the game.
Mm.
Like, I could be playing and then go into another room and still play it and then come back. And I was like, this is peak gaming. This is what all games need. Because the Switch, you can kind of do that. But you got to go down, you got to pick it up, put the Joy-Cons in, and then you have to like return it to the dock. And the Wii U in that sense was really cool. You could watch TV that way too. If I could be watching something and literally just flip it over. If I wanted to, like, if I was cooking, I literally did that a few times. I would go to cook stuff, and so I would play on the TV, and then once something was up to a boil, I would bring it back to the kitchen and watch what I was watching, and keep it on my little screen.
So,
It was
in
cool.
other words, you multitasked with it.
Yeah, my ADHD brain loved it. We can get moving into the video game news then. You got quite a bit here.
Yeah,
Go for
quite
it,
a bit
Andrea.
happened this week. I think the biggest bombshell that was anyone surprised by this, because I don't think I was, Grand Theft Auto 6 delayed again until the end of next
Grand Theft Auto
year.
6 doesn't exist.
Yeah,
It's a myth.
It's a myth at this point. It's well, we'll believe it when we see it, right, guys? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been delayed, and no good thing,
It's the next Elder
comes
Scrolls.
rushed out. Yeah, it's the legendary The Phantom game that does not exist. It was supposed to be released in May of next year. Now it's to November, like in exactly 1 year from now, forbidding anything else happening. So, let's hope it's worth the wait. Any thoughts about that? I mean, I
Yeah.
think we all saw it coming.
I like making fun of it, but I'd rather them finish the game than release it, really. I think that's the best
sure.
way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They want to
much-
make their
especially
money's
a
worth.
game this big. Like, give it all the time you need. I love the ideas of, like, you mentioned, like, Red Dead 3 has been rumored. I heard about a medieval one that I think would be really cool. I think
I always love a medieval
Rockstar could do a
Rockstar
medieval.
game. That'd be
Yeah.
different. It'd be
The-
different.
Other thing that I'm surprised they're not doing yet is like a Cyberpunk. When I was playing
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077, I was like, man, Rockstar would kill this. Like,
The problem
It's-
is
Yeah.
they take so long between releases. My grandkids will be able to play that, but I won't.
yeah,
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 6
That's
actually
true.
was their Cyberpunk, but it's taken so long that what
Yeah.
was the future of that game is just modern day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we won't see it for
That's really
another
funny.
10 years, if ever. If ever.
There's actually a movement on Twitter of people calculating exactly between when that game releases and into the beginning of 2026 of how long it would take to get maternity leave for when that game comes out. So
Oh, wow.
it's been pretty funny. People bust out calculators. So
I've seen memes of
Yeah.
people, like getting their maternity leave ready for May, and then they just delayed it, so they're having to.
yeah,
Well, guess what? We don't need that maternity.
Terrible reason.
We don't need it anymore. So much for those sick days.
For-
Other news include EA and Bioware remaining committed to the next Mass Effect game, and that romances will return. It was to mark Mass Effect's franchise's annual N7 Day. If you don't know what N7 is, that is the name of the I believe it's the ship, the Normandy, right? That the N7 is that the Spectre designation. I don't remember exactly. It's like it was on the ship, but it's also like the Spectre designation for Commander Shepard. So it's like kind of like the logo for Mass Effect. So um,
Is
they're
this
uh, they're working on the
Mass
Mass Effect
Effect
game. It's in
poster?
development. Um, I have mixed feelings about this because BioWare's been kind of mid lately in their game releases. Um, I did play all the Mass Effect games earlier this year and really enjoyed them, so I would love to see another Mass Effect game personally. Um, but I don't know. I played the last Dragon Age game and I was like kind of disappointed by it.
This is. I
I was
wanted to
like, it
make
could have been
sure.
better.
When this was announced, I made a joke on Facebook that like it's the most generic. It was the most generic announcement. It's that spaceship you're talking about on just like a planet,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's like, everyone will know that spaceship. And so I just put a bunch of different logos on it, and one of them was Earthworm Jim, and I put it in the
Oh
Geeks Under
no.
Grace Facebook group, and people thought it was real. They're like, "Oh, about time for another Earthworm Jim game." And I was like, "Yeah, this most generic announcement ever." And people were like, "No, if you know Mass Effect, you know that's the Mass Effect spaceship." And I was like, "Well, if you don't, it could be the next Star Wars film, and I would believe you."
Like Mass Effect is a successful franchise, but I don't think it's as big as people think it is. If that happens. So, but it does have a very
Not enough for a
dedicated fan
spaceship to be
base and
that like well known.
no, no, yeah, you need to push that out so that people will recognize. It's not like Star Wars where it's like, oh, I know that's from Star Wars. It needs to stand out a little bit better. Mass Effect more is more about the characters and the story than it is about like the gunships and stuff. It's about the relationships. It's more about that.
And then I'm
Some
right.
other
So it didn't have
news.
the logo when they announced it. They just posted it. It was like Bioware, and then there was no logo. It was just the
Oh,
spaceship.
That's
And so
embarrassing.
I don't know how well you guys can
that
see this. It's in the Facebook in our Facebook group on Geeks and Grace. For listeners that
yeah.
want to look at it. But I just put the Earthworm Jim, and I was like, it totally fits. Like it looks like a giant wormhole thing,
I'll
and
be honest. I think I would fall for that too.
I want it.
I would fall for that. I would fall for
I would
that
play Earthworm
too.
Jim.
Yeah, that looks cool.
So funny. But
Um,
anyways, I'm getting way off
but
topic.
no,
Um,
you're good.
they're still gonna have their romances,
Uh,
which I'm sure some people find important.
oh yeah, they people would riot if it weren't for the romances. But now, whether or not the romances are good, that's another
Yeah.
discussion. You know, it just depends. They were really good in the trilogy. We really like the relationships and romances in that one, and the debates that get started.
Mhm.
Other news include some sad news from Square Enix with undergoing mass layoffs. Um, Probably not news. I think a lot of studios are impacted by this. I don't think it's just Square Enix. I think other studios are being impacted as well. Um, but over 100 individuals were affected in a broader effort to consolidate publishing organization and focusing on development work in Japan. Um,
Mm.
and not just in Japan either, but a number of other employees from other countries, including the UK and the US. Another number was 137 jobs were at risk in the UK for Square Enix. So it's not just in Japan, it's the whole of Square Enix undergoing mass layoffs. So if you work at Square Enix, we hope you're doing okay and that you still have your
Yeah.
job. Eh, And
The
hang
owners
in
probably
there.
saw E33 and said, "It took how many people to make this game?"
Hmm.
And we're like, "Oh, we don't need all these people." Like how what they did with E33, Expedition 33.
Uh,
No,
I do
layoffs are never
see
fun. They're
this at
never a good
yeah,
thing.
I do see this at the end that I do want to highlight. It says, in the same presentation shared today, Square Enix also shared that it expects 70% of its QA work to be handled by generative AI by the end of 2027. and that the company says it intends to be aggressive in applying AI across both development and publishing. Uh, that doesn't give me a lot of confidence. I know AI is very powerful, but it does not beat the creative human spirit. And look at what Expedition 33 again, that's a very creative team. And I know saving costs is important, but I don't think it's worth the risk of, sacrificing creativity for profit, personally speaking. Um,
Yeah,
any
I
thoughts
really
about
don't
that?
know. Like AI in video games is such a I think AI, I've told a few other people this. I'm like, AI works if no one knows that you're using AI. Like
Mm,
you can't just copy and paste an image, from an AI generative thing, and make it work. But I think in this case, if you got few different trees, um, like if it's generating within its own world, I think it'd be okay. If you have an engine, you got like 6 or 7 different trees, and you're like, I want a forest in this area, and then you just paintbrush a forest, and the AI kind of populates that area for you. I think AI can be used in that way
mm-hmm.
to really ease um, the just like a lot of like the overtime and stuff that a lot of creators were having to like go through to get these done, the crunch time that they had. I hate to see it take like I
Mm-hmm.
hate to see it like layoffs happen because of it. I would love to see more that the people that are working aren't having to work as hard to like accomplish the same thing. And so that's kind of where I stand. Like I don't want to take in anyone's
Mm.
jobs, but
Yeah, it's such a sticky
painting a bunch of
topic. I
trees
don't.
or a bunch of rocks in an area, I don't think defeats the
It's it.
creative
It's a.
side of
It's
it.
a tool. Yeah, it's a
Um,
tool first and foremost that shouldn't replace human beings. That's what I believe.
Yeah. It shouldn't
it,
be writing anyone's dialogue or anyone's story, and it shouldn't be um
n-
no, go
No.
ahead, Jonathan.
no, but it's actually getting better at coding, and so there's a lot of people that are using it for different applications. Where, um, let's say you need a jumping animation, but let's say it takes you a week to write that and polish it. You can go to there's different AI language models
Mm.
now that can do this, but you can go,
Mhm.
I'm in this engine, I need it written in this code, and this is what I'm looking for. And it'll give you a template that kind of works, but it's not great. And then they can go in, the developers can go in. Instead of taking a
Mm-hmm.
week, it might take them 2 days.
I
So
Yeah.
think
it should cut down.
probably a good use for AI that wouldn't impact anyone but might be for the better is for debuggers. They could use AI like to
Mm-hmm.
predict
Yep.
bugs and to fix those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because they can actually copy and paste their string of code into the
Mm-hmm.
language model, and it'll pour through it and then highlight potential problems. And so that helps them
Yeah.
debug. So it's got its uses. It's just when companies want to use it to replace people, because you can't
Yeah.
really you
Mm-hmm.
still have to have people to polish, but it can only copy, if that makes sense. It can't
Mm-hmm.
fully create completely new,
Yeah, it
and so you
copies
can't
and
ever replace people.
regurgitates everything. Yeah, it just
Yeah,
regurgitates the same information.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, you would
Um,
think that it would mean that we would just get bigger and better games and not we're gonna lay off a bunch of people and make this game cheaper and faster.
yeah.
Um, Unfortunately,
nope.
that's how so many businesses work, but
Yep, especially in this day and age. Um, and
Mhm.
then last but not least, for us Clair Obscur fans, I think a couple of us have played and finished it. There was some surprising news from the
Yeah.
Grammys, with a notable lack of a certain game for its soundtrack. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 was snubbed. It did not make the list for best soundtrack for a game title, for interactive media. Some of the games that
Which is
are
madness.
on, yeah, it's on the running of Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, Helldivers 2, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Star Wars Outlaws, and Sword of the Sea. Those are the nominees, and if you even if you've never played Expedition 33, you should check out the soundtrack to see like how marvelous it is. It's hypnotizing. It is absolutely hypnotizing and original and hauntingly
Hmm.
beautiful. And even Austin Wintory, who's one of the nominees, said that he was shocked that it was snubbed and that he'd gladly trade places with Lorien, who's the composer of the soundtrack. So uh the fans are not the only ones upset about this.
I I've never played a game where the game over sound was stuck in my head, which may mean that I'm not good at the game and that I've just heard it a lot. But even like getting a game over is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like
Wow, it
yeah,
socks you in the stomach for failing.
yeah. I the sound in that game is incredible. Um, I have like the Act 3 music overworld. I feel like it's new to Act 3. But I hear that just over and over, and it's so pretty. All
Yeah.
the music, and it's so diverse in that game. There are different fight musics,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the fight music is very orchestral and elegant, and then you get this like fun jazzy music every once in a while, and
Oh yeah, like
um
Monaco's theme. That was
yeah,
that
and
was a
then
fun
weird
one.
accordion music. If you hear weird accordion music, run away. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, no, it's got great sound.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah,
Okay, well, that's
something
it
is
for
afoot,
my
I think.
end.
Cool. We'll get into movies then. I I feel like you're gonna have more opinions than I do, Jonathan. But I just watched Frankenstein as well today because you watched it. I'm like, I want to talk to you about it. It's good. I want to hear your opinions and thoughts though first, so that I can say agreed.
um, so I really really liked it. Um,
Hmm.
I will say I feel
Agree.
like I need to watch it again because there's a lot kind of packed into it just on the
Hmm.
filmmaking side of it. Um, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's actually a moment in the film where the camera work completely changes its visual language,
Oh,
and um I don't know if you I don't know if most people would catch it. Um
I did not.
but I'm not going to spoil it. All I'm going to say is like the first half of the film is shot with a really wide lens on robotic control arms, and then at a certain point it switches to become more intimate and
Oh,
with
okay.
longer focal lengths. So like a longer focal length would be like 50 millimeter, 85 millimeter and up and stuff like that. And it switched, and they do that for character reasons. It has to do with character
Yeah.
stories, and so and how they're telling us perspectives. Um, I really liked it. I really liked the sets, how like over the top some of the sets were. And then I really liked the just the colors and how I mean it's so hard not to go into spoilers. Um, I feel like Oscar Isaac did fantastic. Jacob Elordi
Yeah.
was phenomenal as Frankenstein's monster. Um, Mia Goth was great. Man, like I don't know, I feel like everyone did so good.
Yeah, I think the entire cast did really well. Um, I I probably caught on like the really clear like symbolism stuff. Um, you know, like the meaning with the sun and stuff.
Mm,
I'm trying not to go too much as well. Just little things like that like there'd be a shot and it would be it wouldn't just be like a video shot or a camera shot, but it would be like um storytelling imagery.
mm.
It would have like a double meaning almost through the whole film that was happening.
Yep.
Um, what I thought was really cool. I I found the first act a little slow.
Hmm.
My wife got there for, I guess I would put it in two parts really, the movie. Um, and so my wife got there for the second part of the movie, and I was like, I can kind of explain what happened in the first part pretty quickly to you, and she was able to watch the rest of the movie and have full context. And there's a bunch of callbacks there's a bunch of parallels in the first act and second act. You would want to watch the first act to understand in the second act. There's a little bit more there, but it did feel slow in that way of like you totally could watch the second part of that movie and get away with it basically.
It
But no, really well
it's
acted.
almost
Really.
it's almost two separate films, which is really unique.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like you get to the second act, like the camera work even changes, and
Yeah, I hadn't
I was
noticed
like,
that.
oh, that's
What's that Ridley Scott? Is it like A Knight's Tale or something? The last duel,
the last duel. Yeah,
where it goes into three different perspectives. I thought that was kind of what we were doing, which is not at all. So that's not what happens. But I was really interested in the way that they told the story of Frankenstein. I think they did a really great job too of making Frankenstein the monster, which has been kind of the moral of that story is, the monster isn't the creature, the creation isn't the monster. Frankenstein is. And I feel like they wrote that really well. It was really easy to just like Oscar Isaac. Like almost immediately into after he had created what he had. So yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I just got finished watching it maybe like an hour ago. So I could talk about it. And yeah, worth a watch, especially since it's on Netflix.
So it's still fresh on your mind, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's probably a lot for me to mull over, honestly. So much of it was happening, but I don't know if I would watch it twice. But I've only watched like 3 or 4 movies twice ever in my life. So
I think you could do a Bible study off of it
100%
pretty easily.
Yeah. Now I want to try to consider like what messages there are, because there's a few different things I think you could pull from it.
I will say as a content warning, it is gory. It's very gory.
Yeah. I had to take my hand, and I literally was going like this over the body of Frankenstein, or over the creation. I don't want to call him the monster because he's not the monster. He was the creation. Yeah, because I can't do gore very well. There's also a tiny bit of nudity, that happens kind of towards the beginning of the movie. I feel like the first photograph.
Oh yeah. I was trying to think. I was gonna say that, and also you do see Oscar Isaac's butt at one point. So
yeah. So there's take that as you will.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was mostly the gore. The gore wasn't as bad as you like when you were telling me about it. I was like, oh no, I was really thinking that it was gonna be like a horror movie. And it didn't feel very. There's no like jump scares or anything. It's not that kind of horror. It's more of a tragedy, a story of tragedy than anything. And so I like that. I like when horror movies aren't really horror. What's up my alley? But you have anything else on it?
I mean, I think it's worth a watch. I wish it was in theaters because I feel like it'd been fun to watch it in IMAX.
100%. I want to watch it in theaters.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you could totally do Bible studies on it. What it means to be a man, what it means to be human.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and that line, I don't know, I'm gonna say the line. The line would be a spoiler. When the realization he comes to when he sees the wolves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Andrea, did you watch any movies this week?
No movies. So. Not this time around.
All right. We'll get some TV going. What's going on in movie news then, Jonathan?
Yeah, so we got the first look at Yoshi for the Super Mario Galaxy movie because it was leaked from the great Pillsbury cookies. Yeah, so I guess it was a Pillsbury cookie wrapper that got leaked, and the cookies are Yoshi's eggs. So I'm a little disturbed by this for some reason, and I don't know why. Just put the thought about
he looks like Yoshi. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I see.
Yeah, the Yoshi eggs is what's bothering me. But Yoshi looks great. It looks like the 4K version of Yoshi, which is nice.
Yeah, I like the little textures on his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I know it's such a
like you
silly
can see
thing to
like
like.
the scales or something, like smoothish
Yeah,
kind of reptilian skin.
yeah. He's neat looking, and then like right around the cheek, you can really see where I don't know. It's cool. Um, he looks more like Yoshi than Mario looks like Mario for sure.
Which is funny, but I mean, I think Mario looks pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm
I still
excited
don't
for
know how
this
I feel about
movie.
Chris Pratt as Mario.
That's fair, but you know,
I saw a thing
but
in the IGN comments that I thought was interesting. Is there's no mention of Luigi yet, and so I was like, "It's Mario Bros. They're not gonna have Luigi and Mario Bros. It's supposed to be Bros." It was a whole thing. Now, this doesn't say Bros. It's Super Mario Galaxy, so maybe there will be no
hmm.
Luigi.
Oh no,
And then the
Luigi's too
other one was
popular
like,
for that.
well, the thought was, well, maybe they're making a Luigi's Mansion
Oh,
movie, and I would be
that would
super down for Luigi's Mansion.
okay, that's fair.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, and would just make
I'm a
sense.
little I'm a little surprised they skipped Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, that would be
That
fun.
kind of surprised me, but
You're
maybe
gonna
the
put him.
third film.
Maybe it's
Maybe.
too early for a vacation.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, he can't go on vacation yet. He hasn't done enough.
How dare you? But speaking of animated sequels, K-pop Demon Hunters just got a release date.
Yeah,
Don't get too
next
excited.
year, 2026, 2026,
2029.
2027.
It is 4 years away.
It's so
But
long. An internet, that's an eternity. That's a decade.
it is
Yeah.
practically our grandkids will watch it. It's a great movie. I loved it. I hear the theme song Golden, not theme song. It's one of the songs in the movie. Golden, I
I want to
believe
be
is what it's
almost
called.
40 years old watching K-pop Demon Hunters.
Wow.
That's okay
So you're not
though.
gonna
That's
watch it.
okay. Others
That's
will
what
be in
we're
the same
here
boat as well.
to celebrate. Oh, 100%.
We're here to
I won't
affirm
be
you.
alone.
It's okay, Cody. Just take care of your knees, drink water, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The average gamer, I haven't looked this up yet. Someone had told me. I knew it was 35, and that's fact, or was fact. Someone has told me that that's moved up to 40. The average
Wow.
gamer is 40 years old. It kind of blows my mind. But that also just tells me that the average gamer is a millennial. So, anyways, K-pop Demon
And
Hunters 2020.
we're just getting worse at video games, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're just still
that's
enjoying
true.
them. I
That's true.
we were talking about like the Spider-Verse. They can take as much time as they need, and we're totally fine with it. K-pop Demon
Mhm.
Hunters, are they going to be able to have that? Like, are we going to give it the same amount of patience? I said I think that it really depends on how good the music is. I think Spider-Verse gets away with it because it's also like an artistic piece when those movies come out.
Yeah.
It's like watching art come to life. And so I think the music can do the same thing. It's just a question of,
Mhm.
are they able to
It
make that good of music?
it's basically like a new album release with each film.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
think they can do it. I think they'll be fine. I think it'll break more records. But
Yeah.
yeah. But
Okay.
speaking of breaking records, Predator
Hey.
Badlands beats the franchise record for the biggest box office opening for the Predator series. And
Which
I
just makes
believe
sense.
it did 40 million domestically and 40 million internationally for a grand total of 80 million opening weekend.
That's crazy.
So the biggest debut for a Predator movie.
Yeah. I will be seeing it Sunday. Jonathan, you might see it Sunday. Andrea, you said you've never seen a Predator movie before. I don't
No,
think you need to
any
to watch
of
this.
the Alien movies. I'm just averse
Aliens
to
movies are weird.
I'm just scared of the body horror
True.
aspect. You know, the famous, alien
Chest
coming out of the
burst,
stomach.
yeah.
Yeah, that I can't do it.
Like, it's kind of crazy they're in the same universe sometimes because Predator is very like action alien movie, and then
Yeah.
alien movies are just like these cerebral, like, what is happening right now? I can't believe I'm watching this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, it's very wild to me that they exist in the same world. But
Was it
I
always that
think all you
case?
need
Was it
to
always that
see,
case?
yeah, aliens have always been weird.
Mhm.
But with
Yeah,
Predator though, like, was it always going to be in the same universe from the get-go? Because Predator came out in the 80s too, right?
I don't think
yeah.
so. I
I
think they
think
crossed over.
for AVP, Ridley Scott actually hates Alien vs Predator.
Yep.
Hmm.
I don't think it's actually canon to the Alien
Okay.
universe. From what I've been understanding, and I don't know if they'll keep with this, is that aliens are canon in the Predator universe, but predators are not canon in the Alien universe.
Okay.
I don't think predators have ever come up in the Alien universe outside of AVP.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
But and I don't know if they'll stick with that going forward or not. But I would say all you need to like watch if you want to watch something to prepare yourself would be watch Prey.
Okay.
For this, and then maybe the anthology, because I'm not for sure, but I think the anthology might have a little bit to do with this.
I could see that.
I like there was a character. I do this all the time where I think that something's connected, it's not, but it seemed like a character in that Predator anthology show that came out, or movie, whatever it was in the trailers for Predator, Badlands, and I don't know,
Mm.
it may not have been the same one or not, but it's good enough you can watch it and have fun with it. It's animated. Depending on how much you want to be invested in this, I think you can go into this movie completely blind as well, though.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, I think you could too, from what I've heard. And then uh I love Prey. Some Predator fans hated it for some reason. I don't know
I don't know
why.
how it's so good.
It's next to the first Predator movie. I think it's the best one.
Yeah.
So, um,
And Alien Earth was really good. Again, it's weird. But Alien Earth, if you want kind of a grasp on what Ellie Fanning's character is, would be a great way to learn like what she is, because she is straight out of the Alien universe, which is cool. They have, I think it's humans. Wait, no, there's humans obviously, but then there's cyborgs, synths, and then hybrids. And so the cyborgs are people that have like gotten machinery put in them, and then there's synths, which are completely robotic humanoids, and then hybrids are completely robotic humanoids that have a human implanted in them.
Mm. That sounds
And so
fascinating.
she would be, yeah, Ellie Fanning's character should be a synth.
yeah. There's actually some behind the scenes footage they're releasing, and it's them rehearsing the stunts, and she's just literally tied to this other actor. But
He's
her
carrying her
like
everywhere.
yeah, but she's got wires, so she's suspended, and it's hilarious because her legs, like torso down's green, and they're just like in this cardboard jungle. Because they basically, if no one, I don't know if anyone's ever seen behind the scenes for stunts, but when they do the choreography practice, they build the sets out of cardboard boxes so they can wreck them. And so
Oh,
they're
cool.
just like surrounded by cardboard boxes, and there's like towers supposed to be like trees and stuff. I just stacked cardboard boxes, and so they're like weaving in between them and stuff for the stunts. And she's kind of like she's like dangling there, tied to this person, but he's like full predator outfit except for the face.
So cool.
So, but yeah, but that
Yeah,
I
I'm very excited to see
believe,
it.
yeah, that's it for the movie news.
All right, we'll get into TV then. I watched the first episode of Witcher season 4. I think it's season 4, right? The Liam
Yes.
Hemsworth Witcher. And I don't know, man. It was a good episode. Like I feel like I'm tied to it out of like loyalty because I've watched the rest of the show. If I've spent that much time watching a show, then I'm gonna see it through. And I don't know if I need to or not. I'm a little interested. I think my wife's more invested in the story than I am. She's actually read the books, and so she wants to see how it'll deviate from the books and things. Um, I don't think Liam is necessarily a bad Witcher, a Geralt. I've seen things and agree with the idea that if he would have started it, it probably would have been more acceptable. because he's not
Mhm.
Henry Cavill. And Henry Cavill had the voice down so well. And all the ads I watched of Liam, I was like, man, he doesn't have this voice figured out even in a little bit. It's actually worse when you watch the show because he does sometimes. So he's got this
Oh
like
no.
he'll kind of whisper every once in a while, and like his Geralt will come out and you're like, all right, there it is. And then when he's really angry, it'll be this low growl. But then he'll just like talk like a normal talking when he's talking to people, and it's just Liam Hemsworth talking. And it's like, what happened to the gravel? And so it's almost like he loses it, and I don't think that's intentional. I think like he was trying to maybe give it a little bit more range, I guess.
Probably.
They should have
But
done, you know how back in for soap operas, whenever there's a new actor that takes over a character, there's always an off-screen announcer that's like, the role of so and so will now be played by so and so, and wouldn't that have been perfect in this case?
yeah, it's really weird to me that mild spoilers for the show. There's all sorts of multiverse stuff going on, and they
It's
didn't
true.
decide they. I figured that they were just gonna make him from a different universe. I was like, that makes sense. And he's just
Yeah.
thrown
Yeah.
in. And they didn't do that. He is the Geralt that we've been following the entire time. And I was like, that's so interesting.
Like if Geralt quit taking steroids.
Yeah.
That's all I think when I see
It
him.
has to be jarring.
Yeah.
It has to be very jarring.
He looks the part. And the story is interesting enough. It's still been it's been good.
I actually watched a clip. I watched a clip on I think Instagram they released, and it was part of a fight scene, and he was in it. I'm like, yeah, this looks good. Like the action looked good.
Yeah. There was a really I think there was one scene that I was just like, this is bad writing. And apparently it's kind of from the book, but it was one of the characters is almost taken advantage of. And they're like someone else comes and saves her for being taken advantage of, and then ends up sleeping with her. And I was just like, so you push this dude away to do the same thing, and like he's totally taking like advantage of her vulnerability in the moment. And I was like, this is so uncomfortable. But it wasn't supposed to be uncomfortable. It was supposed to be this like, aw, and
It's much worse
rough.
in the book.
That's what my wife said.
It's not romantic in the book. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Oh, it's sad. They wrote it as though they were trying to make it like a sweet thing, and I was like, this is not sweet.
Yeah, it's not how that works.
Yeah. Rough writing. But that's, I don't know. The Witcher's The Witcher. It should probably be like just done and then turned into a movie or something in like 5 years.
Sell the rights to
40.
HBO.
Yeah.
Let them try again. They failed Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jonathan, what have you been watching?
I just been watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's not much to say. It's funny.
Yeah.
My wife kind of hates it because it's funny, but in a stupid way.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
Really?
it's like kind of cringy, but yeah.
And Andrea, what have you been watching?
Continuing with The Office, season, I think I'm in season 5 now of The Office, but a new show was just released, the first couple of episodes called Pluribus. It's by the same creator of Breaking Bad. It's a whole new brand show. I think science fiction. Kind of hard to explain what that one is. It's on Apple TV, so it's I don't think it's fair to call it similar to Severance, but there's a similar atmosphere to Severance. It's about this woman. So it's a whole thing where the human race is basically enslaved to this hive mind, and there's only this woman and a few other people that are free of it, and the hive mind is like, you know what, we're just gonna keep you happy until we figure out how to make you join us. That's basically
wow.
how it starts. So we'll have to see how it continues.
Sure. Cool. we'll get into TV news then. I'm looking at a couple things here. One is Stranger Things getting an animated spinoff. Which reading that, I was like, that's not going to be good. But it looks all right. It's basically the kids just. It's a featurette, so you don't get a lot of the story, but it looks like it's just the kids solving mysteries in 1985. It's a whole different cast of voice actors. I don't think a single one of those is the original. I could be wrong there. But everyone's like, everyone's got a different like voice actor. But I feel like that's the only way to really tell the stories of them as kids still. And they're getting older. It's harder and harder
Yeah.
to make animated or like make stuff where we're still children. So a cool way to keep them alive, I guess. I just hope they don't drag it on too long. Make it like a small series. Stranger Things needs to end on a good note and then be done. So hopefully
It
they do
does,
that.
yeah.
And then the other trailer is Wonderman, which apparently it's the second trailer that came out. We totally missed it the other week. It's Wonderman. I can't remember his name, but he wants to be an actor for the Wonderman movie super bad. He has to be in the movie, and we don't know why. That was really weird. And then they're like, just sign this. It says you don't have any superpowers, but he clearly has superpowers that he's just kind of ignoring. Also, the not Mandarin is in it as well for some reason. I know he's an actor, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just weird that he keeps coming back. It's a weird recurring actor.
I don't...
The
Yeah.
third time, I think, for him.
Yeah. Well, technically fourth. There were these. I can't. There were these shorts. I don't remember what they were on, where they were released. But there is a short where someone goes to the prison to talk to the Mandarin. I don't remember what it was called. I don't even remember who goes to talk to him. I'll look that up while we're going. But yeah, so we've seen him. He just keeps coming back out of randomness.
The funny thing is about the Wonderman trailer is I had just read a conversation on I think it was Twitter, and there is a response to something Marvel had announced, and they're like, man, I really wish they would give us a trailer for Wonder Man because we know it's in development. And it was like this week. So apparently other people had missed the first trailer. So I don't know if it's just, but yeah,
it was
I don't
called
know.
All Hail the King.
Okay.
Where did the Marvel shots produced Marvel set within the inspired Marvel universe? Trying to figure out where they were in Blu-ray releases of the movies. So in Thor Dark World, I think, is when that short was out. And it was a Marvel one shot. And then it's literally, if I remember correctly, he is in prison and he gets a letter from the actual Mandarin that's like, you need to cease and desist or I'm coming for you. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I'm glad I'm not the only one that missed the Wonder Man trailer.
I think I saw it drop, but I didn't really understand it, so it didn't really play much in my radar, to be honest. But maybe this one, I haven't seen this new trailer, but maybe it's a bit more clear in what's happening.
Yeah, I have not seen the original trailer either. I think I saw stills of it and thought they were just stills. So
It looks all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's good.
Yeah,
I will watch it.
We'll see more.
Cloak and Dagger and Runaway is the only MCU things that I haven't watched, and to say that they're in the MCU is questionable, I think, at this point. So I've seen everything else, including Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's crazy.
That's dedication.
Yeah. Stubbornness. I don't know what the word is. I was convinced for a long time that it was all connected. I was indoctrinated for sure. That is all of the news that we have. You guys geeking out about anything else this week?
Nothing that comes to mind at the moment, but that could always change.
I did see that, and I don't know when it comes out, but I think it's this week. I may be wrong. But Assassin's Creed Mirage is getting a free DLC that revamps the parkour, because that was my
Ooh.
biggest complaint.
Nice.
I'm trying to see. I hope it's this week, because I'm telling everyone wrong. It's not giving me a date. All right. Well, don't take my word 100% on that, because I could be wrong, but I was thinking it was soon. Yeah, I'm not seeing a date. I may have misread it.
Well, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Andrea, where can I find you at?
You can find me in the Discord. I'm always peeking in, always saying hi and sharing some new thoughts and funny memes, so because I like to laugh. So if anyone has any jokes that they want to share, you know where to find me.
Cool. And that's in the Geeks Under Grace Discord.
Yes.
Jonathan, where can I find you at?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, under @DifferentLensMedia.
And you can find me on Instagram at Cody Armour. Keep gaming, keep praying, and God bless.
It's on!